everyone. I hope the day is treating you really well. We have beautiful weather today. Low 70s, high 60s. It's absolutely gorgeous out there. Pretty much perfect weather. Not quite up to April 24th yet, but you know, the perfect date is coming. Princess would like to tell you everyone hi, and she is feeling much better. She thanks everybody for their concern over her well-being over the past week. We're doing really well here, so start the intro. Hi, my name is Kay, and this is my Cave of Possibilities. I have yarny stuff to the left of me, cross-stitch stuff to the right, and here I am, stuck in the middle with you. We have had, well, one weekend my needle was absolutely on fire when it came to working on Lady of the Flag, and I'm so close to a finish with my winter pansies. Princess is here, demanding the pets, demanding all the pets. Huh. Will you hop up on the back of the chair so your friends can see you? Or are you just going to kind of stand there and be in the way? Because that's her specialty, being in the way. Have cross stitch and a little bit of knitting. So I have been working diligently on Lady of the Flag, and I have completed a lot of stitching over the past little while. I did a lot of fill-in down here in the whites, and of course all this blue is brand spanking new. And I discovered there's about 20 rows from this edge of the flag to the end of the pattern. I'm going to have to move my hoop just because how I have it in my lap stand where the clamp goes, I can't quite get to these. So I'm thinking about moving the hoop for the next 2 weeks so I can come down and get this little part of the flag down here and then move it over so I can come up and get this edge and then continue moving towards the top. There's just a little more red that needs to be filled in here before I finish up all the blues and stuff. So I think she's coming along really quite nicely. There are 7 different colors to make that white, shade, make the white shading work so well. And it really is, you put in about 3 stitches of one color, and then you move to 3 stitches of the next color, and if you're lucky there'll be 10 stitches of the color after that. So there is where I'm at with Miss Lady of the Flag. Really enjoying her. I always forget to tell you, I am stitching her 2/2 on 32 count water lily linen with the called for flosses. I'm not doing any of the fancy conversions. The disorderly stitcher, if you go over to her Flosstube, she's working on a conversion where the dress is blue. It's also really quite beautiful. Is this where you're going to be helpful? Yeah, not helpful. I really need to find my board for this project. This is Winter Pansies. It was originally in, let's see, Cross Stitch Collection, January 2014. And I bought a digital copy of it, and I did a lot of work. This is why I need a board, because it won't stay rolled. I finished up the pansies in here, came down, finished off this leaf in here and around into the pots and these 2 pansies. And so all I have left is this little bit of pot kind of in here and then another pansy here. And then I will be done with the primary stitching of this piece. And I'm so excited. It is looking really quite well. Sounds like the landscapers have arrived. Get to hear me try to talk over them. Oi. They'll only take 15 minutes. It's incredibly how fast they go through and take care of 1/3 of an acre of lawn. Really fast indeed. I am stitching Winter Pansies 2/2 on a 32 count mystery color Lugana from Fantasy Dyed Fabrics. It's really nice and blue, sky-like. I am really enjoying this one. So that is my works in progress on my cross-stitch projects. I'm just kind of obsessed with these two. Lady of the Flag I usually work on Saturdays and Sundays, and the pansies I work on pretty much every day after work once I get home from work. So, shall we show you what I have picked up? A couple of different fabrics because, you know, I was searching for fabrics, neutrals. My brain does work sometimes, you guys. These are not neutrals. This is the pink that is needed for the groovy chicks, and this is the blue that is needed for the groovy chicks. As you can see, 1, 2, 3 stitch. I kind of hate how they put their stickers right in the middle of the fabric. That's where I'm stitching. I don't need sticky residue in the middle of my fabric. I don't like it. And then I was looking for, here is some Fiber on a Whim in Lugana, 32 count as well. I am looking for a nice mermaid in the middle of the sea type of fabric for a project that I am thinking of starting. So that's why this was purchased. Let's see, this is Picture This Plus Zephyr Linen. It looked pretty. I bought it for no reason at all. 32 count as well. These are not neutrals. I think I went off the rails a little bit. And then this is 32 count ice blue linen. Yeah, 32 count ice blue linen for some projects that Primrose Cottage has coming out. So I needed a little bit of this for them. And then I decided to try out some of the linens from Count on Linens. It's the one side of her card. Here is her other side. She has a cute little floss tube where she shows the project she's been working on. And this is, let's see, Deer Valley. Yep, Deer Valley Dream. It is a slightly pink color. And then I picked up the Park City. And this is supposed to be slightly purple. But to me, while they are different colors, they both read pink. So I don't know. They're beautiful. The hand is good. I did touch them out of the wrappers, but I haven't taken them out of the wrappers permanently because that's dust protection, and we need as much dust protection as we can get. Let me pause for a second and grab the my knitting. This big old blanket is the habitation throw from Curious Handmade. According to my markers, you haven't seen it since way down here. The bottom part, I was using up some leftover minis from a gradient set I had, so I just went from the darkest up to the lightest. And then I finished that off and it wasn't big enough. And so I pulled out this kind of reddy pinky color right here, because it matches really quite well with the rest of the project. And I finished off all of that, and so then I had to sit and think and rummage through all of my yarn stash, and I found this bright pink up here, which echoes some of the bright pinks down here. It's not as smooth as a transition, but that's okay since I'm just piecing it together from what I've already got in stash. And so I have knit all of that, I think, since the last time I saw you, which really has been a couple of months, several weeks. So it's not like I worked on it overnight and was instantly, 6 inches done and gone. So there's where I'm at with this little blanket. Well, hopefully it'll be a nice good sized blanket by the time I'm done. I'm thinking about what I have in stash to add to it after I finish up with the pinky bits. I'm trying to decide if I should just go with like a dark or a black, so it goes from, so it just, has a dark half, and then all of a sudden this explosion of pinks and purples on the other half. We're thinking about it. I meant for it to be scrappy. That's not how it's going at all. Okay, that covers everything I've worked on this week, pretty much everything I've purchased. I really need to stop with the fabrics. I think I'm fine. I did purchase some stuff from number 12 Stitchery & Co. They're out of Australia. Not Facebook, Etsy ad got me a beautiful, beautiful neutral looking fabric. So I thought, oh, I will try these people. So I ordered some. It's somewhere between here and Australia, somewhere over the Pacific Ocean. Or it could be in customs. I don't know. It'll get here when it gets here. News and stuff. It is graduation time at the university. So this week, coming up here on Thursday and Friday, we will have commencement in the building, and then 8 convocations will follow. Convocation is your graduation ceremony for the individual colleges. So we will have a lot of people in and out of the building on Thursday and Friday, and the parking lot will be chaos, and that's my least favorite part about having everybody come to the building, is chaos in the parking lot. But other than that, it really doesn't affect me, since my office is way down in the basement and my office is way in the back of way down in the basement. Here comes the lawnmowers. I think we're going to pause and then I'll do news after the lawnmowers are done. Alright, our friends with the lawnmowers have finished mowing the lawn and edging and everything else, so here we go again. I think I was talking about all the busy that we have coming up in the next couple weeks. I mentioned graduation is happening at the end of this week, and then at the end of next week is Women's Conference, and that fills the buildings on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Will be very, very busy. But the best thing about Women's Conference is there will be cougar tails upstairs. No cougar tails for graduation, cougar tails for Women's Conference. Let's see, what else did I write down? Oh, I am sort of debating taking Friday off. Let's be real, I won't. I'll just go up to work and do my thing in the basement, in the back of the basement, where I really won't see anybody or be bothered by any of the shenanigans that happen during graduation. University graduation is actually really quite calm and sedate. The shenanigans usually come when we're doing the high school graduations. That'll happen in May. Anyway, I'm toying with the idea of taking Friday off and headed up to Farmington, Utah, where the Great Basin Fiber Fair, the Great Basin Fiber something or another, is taking place. And it's happening on Friday and Saturday of this week. Happens to be at the very same time as Stitch West Spring is going on. I didn't sign up for that one. I thought about it, but it's a little busy, so I didn't quite. Maybe next year. We'll see. Anyway, stuff. So I'm thinking about going to that on Friday. I know my mother would love to come because she loves knitting and yarny stuff too. So that could be very fun. But I'm working on working through my yarn and not buying my yarn. So if I don't go to a place where I could buy yarn, then I don't have to worry about working through the yarn. It makes perfect logical sense. I don't know why I don't feel the same urge to hustle through all my cross-stitch stash as I do sort of the idea that I should work through some of this yarny stash and not let it back up as much as I have the cross-stitch stuff. Probably because cross-stitch is my first love and yarny stuff is number 2. What else is happening? Princess is right here and getting her head scratched. There you go. Go up and have your people say hello. Turn around. Turn around. There you go. Anyway, I am planning on going up to Cindy's, up to Stitchery Express on Saturday for the Saturday Stitch-In and seeing everybody up there. I haven't made it in the entire month. It's been a little busy, been a little crazy, so I've missed seeing everybody there. So I am looking forward to going up on Saturday and seeing who happens to drop in. Probably not a lot of people. I think most of them will be over at Stitch West Spring, but who knows? You never know who's going to drop by, and it'll probably be a really good time. So that's really it for us today. I hope you are doing well. Uh-oh. No. Say hi. All right, I'll let you go. There you go. Cats and tripods. I don't know what the attraction is. Anyway, remember, my friends, kindness costs you nothing. One step forward, one step up. Hugs and stitches, everyone. Bye.